if you look at it from a utilitarian point of view, sort of just eyeball it from a social welfare point of view, it will make every book available to everybody with an internet connection in the world. And so it's a great democratizing influence. And so it's only a bad thing if it stops people from creating copyrighted works. And I don't think the evidence we've seen so far in the music industry, where so-called Napsterization has been the worst, has produced that effect. So, and I don't think so far in books we've seen that effect either. So I would be, as a utilitarian, I would be open to the possibility that Google Books might be the end of writing books, but I just see no evidence for that so far. For example, I have a book published. I didn't give permission. My book is on Google Books, and I'm writing a new book. So I won't generalize. It'd be a fallacy of social science to generalize from one, but I don't think I'm uncommon in that sense. And so Google Books is smart to go after academic books first, because there the business model is not that you're revenue driven. So there it's their best argument for why there are other reasons people produce books.
But I guess that viewpoint could be applied to more or less any infringement of copyright, that this doesn't in fact harm the copyright owner, but it enriches society, and it might even be good for his business.
I think that's right. I think that, but it's an empirical question, and so the extent to which it generalizes may vary. And so it may not be true with, for example, $100 million Hollywood movies. If you can file share Hollywood movies with impunity, then it's very plausible to me that the business model for Hollywood will break down. But for example, I live in Nashville. I used to work at a law firm that represented the RIAA in the US, and so I'm very familiar with the music industry, and it would be my view that music is flourishing because of the internet and because of people being able to sample, for example. So for example, if the music industry had its way, there would be no sampling, and yet hip-hop is probably the most important new form of music that's come about in the last quarter century. So once again, to your general claim, I would agree that it's an empirical question. It may vary from subject matter to subject matter, and I'm open to sort of how things come out from a social welfare point of view.
And surely the Michael Crichtons and Dan Browns of this world would not be very happy about Google Books' business model.
That's right, and that's why Google has been strategic enough, and they're nothing if not strategic, to not copy novels and to not go after the commercial market, where it would be more intuitive that you would destroy that business model.